What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, Mr.WrightChoice, and today I want to talk to you about purchasing a home when you work for yourself, you're an entrepreneur, and you file your taxes as a 1099. So you guys, the reason I want to do this video is I deal with a lot of buyers and I deal with a lot of people that are self-employed and they have a hard time or they're struggling to purchase a home because they don't know the correct ways to purchase a home when you're self-employed. Because a lot of people make the mistake as in they don't have no business entity, they don't have no business bank account, they don't file their taxes correctly, they take too many deductions from their taxes because they don't want to pay the IRS, which you can't get around with that when you're trying to purchase a home. And a lot of people think, you know, they want to be an entrepreneur, they want to work for themselves, start their own business. But if you're transitioning from a W-2 job and you're going to 1099, which normally 1099 is for people that are self-employed, or you work for a company that doesn't want to pay you W-2, they want to pay you as a 1099, sometimes that affects you because as a lender, most lenders require you to have 2 years of working as a 1099 employee. You have to file your taxes for 2 years previously so they can see how much that you made and average them 2 years out to see what you can qualify for. Now, as I mentioned earlier, a lot of people that are self-employed make the mistake as in if they made $100,000, they'll get their tax person or CPA to look over the taxes so they can minimize what they owe the IRS and either try to get a refund back for themselves or pay the minimal amount, meaning as in they may take $50,000 deduction from them making $100,000, which leads them to only making $50,000 that year when actuality they made $100,000. So how does that affect you? Well, it affects you a lot because that $50,000, you only qualify for a home with your income being at $50,000, not to mention the debt that you already have that will calculate into your DTI. So I want to educate you guys on how to properly file your taxes, the proper things you need to do when you're self-employed. So a couple of key things I would say you need to do when you're self-employed is register your business, get a business account, put money and do everything correctly. Get an accountant to manage your funds, your invoicing system. Do all them things correctly because when it's time to purchase a home, you need to have a nice clean bank file, not a lot of transactions, not a lot of stuff coming in, going out, because all that stuff may get flagged by the lender. They're going to ask for a lot of explanations of what's going on with your account. So when you guys are trying to purchase a home, taking the fact that make sure you have all your money in a certain account that has the least amount of transactions, because that can probably affect you. Because if you're doing a lot of cash deposits or whatnot, they're going to want to know where that cash deposit come from, meaning as in it has to be sourced. So a lot of people mess up with that when they're self-employed because they don't understand how to get paid from whatever business they getting paid from. They're not writing stuff down on paper. They're not calculating things correctly, and that affects you when you're trying to purchase a home. And also another thing that affects you too is the tax preparer. Most tax preparers, they're just trying to get you the most money that you can, most return. Well, let me rephrase that. They're trying to get you the most return when you make $100,000, when you know 9 times out of 10 you're supposed to pay the IRS. And normally when you're trying to purchase a home, you're gonna have to take that hit. So if you're self-employed and you make 6 figures, you have to tell yourself that within 2 years, you're gonna have to take a hit on yourself and pay the IRS because you're gonna need to show all that income to purchase the home that you really want. And you can't do all the deductions. So you can't go to your tax preparer and tell them, get me down to $0 or give me back if I can get a refund back at the end of the day. All that does not work when you're trying to purchase a home. I have had so many people come to me that is 1099. They had the credit, but they didn't have the income because their tax preparer deducted way too much money from their total income, which they didn't know about. And they'd be like, oh man, I didn't know my tax preparer did that. Well, you wouldn't know because you wasn't trying to purchase a home. And a lot of tax preparers don't really understand how to properly do taxes to help out a person that's trying to buy a home, and how to work the numbers to make sure they can qualify for the home they want. A lot of people gets messed up over that. So they have to wait an additional 2 years. So if you come to me the last 2 years, you have been taking way too many deductions. Technically, you got to wait 2 more years because, as I mentioned earlier, the lenders ask for 2 years of 1099, 2 years that you have been getting paid, so they can average that out and see what you can qualify for. And credit, normally you got to have a 580 or better right now to get approved for a home, even being self-employed. So I want to bring this to you guys that you can purchase a home when you work for yourself. You have to just do things properly. Work for 2 years, have a bank account, have your business registered, the DDPR, well, not DDPR, sorry, that's real estate. Have it registered with the state and the city. Pay your taxes on the business. Do things properly. And also, if you want to do it another way, if you're making good money, pay yourself. If you own your own business and you're doing very well, make yourself a W-2 employee. That will help out tremendously. You won't have so many questions getting asked about your files, your bank account, or anything like that if you're a W-2 employee. It's much easier if you're a W-2 employee and you pay yourself a salary every single month. That it can easily be done. There's a lot of programs out there that you can pay yourself and it'll deduct the taxes out for you. You technically don't have to have an accountant. So I want to give you some of them key tips there, you guys. I didn't want to make this video really long. I just wanted to educate some of the people that is self-employed that's been having issues of purchasing a home and don't know the proper ways to get the most value home for what they actually make. Like I said, a lot of people, just don't know. If you don't know, you don't know, basically. That's the only thing I can really say. So if you guys feel like you're self-employed and you need help with purchasing a home, you don't know what you need to do or the steps, reach out to me today and I'd love to sit down with you. I have a tax preparer, I have a lender, I have all the correct people to get you to the finish line and get you to the closing table if you're having trouble or somebody denied you before because they didn't know what they was doing. Because there's ways around if you have had deductions on your tax returns for the previous year that we can probably maneuver around or figure out a way to help you still get a home. That's why you got to have a good CPA or a good tax preparer to help you out and look at that and fine tooth and look at it so they can see exactly what's going on. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I gave you guys some good nuggets about being self-employed and about purchasing a home. I didn't want to go too much in detail of what you can qualify for or how much money you need to make because all that is subject as, what your debts, student loans, what your credit score is, there's all ratios or anything like that. If you want to get more information with that, reach out to me at any time. My number, my email is all in the description below. If you like this video, please hit that like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.